she told you when she got pregnant that it was your baby?
No, she told me that, yeah, when she got pregnant, she told me it was my baby the whole time.
Were you excited? How did you feel about that?
I was on top of the world. My company was glad when the baby was born because I talked about it so much. That's all I talked about was the baby.
And how long had you been married when this pregnancy occurred?
9 years.
So you waited 9 years for a child to be your child just to find out it's somebody else.
Right.
Now, was there something kind of medical problem that led you to believe that you couldn't have a child?
When I was 9, I had an accident, and at that time they told me that I would be sterile. But I never had any tests done to prove that.
So that was at 9 years old?
That was at 9 years old.
So you were really ecstatic to know that you were about to be a father.
I was on top of the world, John. I mean, I went out, I bought everything for this baby. I built a nursery. I mean, I did everything for this baby.
Just to be deceived?
Just to be her. And then the way she told me was another story.
How did she tell you?
We was at her sister's at a party, and on the way home, she had too much to drink, so I told her to drive with me.
She had too much to drink?
Too much to drink. And then on the way home, she says, well, you think you all that? I don't want to leave. And to tell you the truth, that ain't even your baby. You can't even have a baby.
What? And it didn't happen that way.
That's exactly what you told me.
Oh, no.
Ms. Tillman, that sounds like the most deceitful, hurting, angry, vicious thing a woman could ever do to a man or a person could do to a human being.
Well, it was hard for me, I mean.
What was hard for you?
I stayed, when she had the baby, I stayed at the hospital.
Wait a minute, she said, what was hard for you?
Well, when I went through, not knowing, I mean, I wanted to tell him.
Oh, spare me. Hard for you. How could you live through 9 months without even saying to him, I'm not sure?
That's what I couldn't understand. Why wouldn't it, there was a doubt within there that it could not be mine.
And now you're certain that it's not?
Yeah, well.
Why are you so certain now?
Well, he's biracial.
So how long did you think you could carry out this deception?
I really didn't know. I mean.
And you really didn't care?
Yeah, I did care. I did
really?
care.
No, you don't.
I mean, I love my child.
Tell me how much you care.
Well, I love my child. He's the main thing of all this.
But not only did you deceive Mr. Tillman, you deceived the child's father. Because you didn't tell him obviously either.
He knew.
Oh, so you told the father that you were pregnant?
But didn't tell me.
What was his response? Was it the same as Mr. Tillman's?
Oh, no, he didn't even care. He said it wasn't his.
He had a fit, huh? The other way.
Yeah, he did.
Called you a bunch of lying, cheating, deceitful. Yeah. Get out of here. The affair is over. I don't care for you much more. I'm not as excited about you as I was. He suddenly he wasn't as attentive as he had been before, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that all did change.
He was out of here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So
he don't want nothing to do with the baby or anything.
So that explains why you never told Mr. Tillman that he wasn't the father. Because Mr. Tillman was being attentive at that point. Mr. Tillman was being a provider. Mr. Tillman was still going to the hospital and the doctors with you, and he was all excited about the baby. Well, and then you needed Mr. Tillman, huh?
Well, no.
And still needs me. I still take care of the baby.
Well, no, that's wrong. I take care of my child.
Do you feel any remorse for this at all?
Yeah, I do.
Well, explain it. I mean, you got a smile on your face to me and a little smirk. Doesn't look like you seem too remorseful to me.
Well, I mean, I feel bad and terrible that it happened, that I hurt him and everything, but I mean, I love my child. Right now, the only thing that matters is him. And
she's never come up and said, look, I'm sorry for what happened. I'm sorry I hurt you.
Yes, I have.
You never said that at all,
Well, I have.
Only thing you said is, I need $10 for diapers.
What happens now that the father said, goodbye, I don't want to be bothered. I'm not thinking about being a father to this child. And if Mr. Tillman were to take the same position and say, goodbye, I don't want to be a father to this child, it leaves this child fatherless. You're not thinking about the child. You're being selfish. You were only thinking about your instant gratification when you were laying up there feeling good in your body. That's all you were thinking about.
It leaves me to pay child support. That's what it means.
Well, no, I hadn't asked him for child support.
At least if you were going to have an affair outside the relationship, which I'm not saying is I condone, at least you could have used some type of protection. Why didn't you even think about that?
Your Honor, if she'd have had an affair with a white person, I'd have never even known. I know she would never even told me this.
Oh, so it's the biracial part that's causing you the problem?
No, it's not that. It's the problem that there's a low life out there not taking care of his child, and I'm taking care of it. I love him just like he's my son. I love the child. I don't have nothing against the child.
And so now you know that it's not yours, and you still are willing to be a father to this child?
We got to take a paternity test to prove that, you know, he's not mine.
Well,
That's
I
the
don't know
work,
if you have to
Shannon.
take paternity tests or not to prove that it's